Hello everyone, welcome. Let's just wait a little bit so everyone can join and we can
have quite
start.
a few participants. Very good to see you all. Maybe guys, to check the sound and the communication tools, can you please put your city, country, and age, city, country, and your local time in the comments or Q&A. So I see a lot of international names. I'm curious where you are. So for example, I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina, the United States, and it is 9 a.m. in my time zone. How about you, Rafael? Where are you? What's the time in your time zone?
I'm in São Paulo, Brazil, and it's 11 a.m. for me.
11 a.m. Okay, so let's see what else we have. So we have someone in Warsaw, Poland, 3 p.m. I will be in Warsaw in 2 weeks, so maybe we can even meet for a coffee. I'm not sure how my schedule will look like, but it will be a busy trip, but maybe, yeah. We have someone in Bonn, Germany, 3 p.m. Bonn is my favorite city. It's such a beautiful, it's a small, cute town that used to be the capital of the Federal Republic of Germany, but it's close to a big city. So you don't have to be in the big city, but you are close to a big city. Very nice. So we have Singapore, 10 p.m. Kazakhstan, 9 p.m. Astana. Okay, how do you pronounce that Romanian name? Fagaras, Romania, 4 p.m. Kassel, Germany, 3 p.m. Guten Morgen. Flensburg, Germany, 3 p.m. England, Kingston, England. Oh, that's very nice. 2 p.m. Switzerland, 3 p.m. So who has the strangest time? So it must be that Singapore, Colombia, 9 p.m. Ukraine, Slava Ukraini, 4 p.m. Ghana, 2 p.m. Did I miss any countries? Oh, Nepal, 7:45. That's interesting. So is it not the full hours? Lima, Peru, 9 a.m. Maryland, Kathmandu. Yeah, so very nice. Okay, we have quite a few countries. There is even someone from my hometown. Very nice. South Africa, 4 p.m. Mossel Bay. Very nice.
We also have someone from Brasilia. I used to live there when I was
the
young.
city Brasilia, right?
Yeah. I used to live when I was a child.
Cairo, Egypt, 4 p.m. Yeah, very nice. California, 6 a.m. Okay, the California guy and the Singapore guy. Thank you so much. One of you to for waking up so early, and the other one for staying up so late on a Saturday night. And then we have Tunisia, 4 p.m. That's cool. It almost looks like we don't even have two people from the same country. Everybody's from somewhere else.
Yes, that's so cool.
How about you, ladies? So Louise and Eva, where are you located?
I'm currently in Belgium, and it's
Belgium,
3
so
p.m.
It's 3 p.m., right? Yes.
Yeah.
And Louise, where are you?
The Netherlands, so same time as Eva.
Yeah, so yeah, very nice too. So it's also 3 p.m., right? Yeah. Guten Tag. Yeah. So and Bea, where are and we have Yuze. So where are you guys located?
Also in the Netherlands, also 3 p.m. It's
not
so
we have two people from the same country. Very nice. And you say what's your location?
Yes, I'm actually the Singapore guy right now.
Yep. So you are the one brave enough to stay up so late. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
See Leon
and
here.
Leon is also trying to join us here. So let's add Leon to the list. So, but anyway, Rafael, sorry, I was just curious where people are. So please go on with the program. Okay. Rafael is the master of this hour. So please.
Yes, and let me share my screen here so we can start. Okay. Share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today is our first official event of X-Culture Academy. We will have the welcome orientation of 2023. Okay. I hope you guys have a great semester. My name is Rafael Tamashiro, and I'm from Brazil, and I'm the X-Culture Academy coordinator. Okay. So if you have any problems during the semester, feel free to contact me, and I'll be glad to answer all inquiries that you may have. Okay. So for today, you have this agenda. So we have just welcome from our admin team, an icebreaker. We will explain what is the coaching team and who are they, the academy events that we have throughout the semester, one trivia game, and Dr. Vaz will talk about what are the next steps for X-Culture, okay? So let's start. So, as I already introduced me, my name is Rafael, and I'm the Exculture Academy coordinator. We have Dr. Leyland Balmanis. Probably she didn't have the time.
She will join us momentarily.
Oh, okay. So she will have a moment to talk with you. She's the Exculture Academy director and also director for the Global Business Week that we have a session on ground for 1 week live, but we will explain it later, okay? And also, please, Dr. Vaz, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Vaz Taras. I am in North Carolina. I'm a professor of international business at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, originally from Ukraine, by the way, but I also lived in Germany for a long time, in Canada for a long time, and then all over the North American continent, different cities. And so I'm the one sort of responsible for Exculture, in a way, the one who created it. And I'll just tell you a little bit about how it's structured and what prompted it so that you know what you got yourself into. So I've taught different courses. I started actually my academic career with teaching statistics. And teaching statistics, it's not easy, but usually all you need is a book and a piece of paper or a whiteboard. And you can totally master statistics by just simply sitting with your book or being in the classroom with your professor. But then some subjects are not as easy to learn in a classroom or from the textbooks or through the movies. They require a little bit more experience, so to speak. For example, you cannot learn how to swim without getting in the water, right? So you can hire the best swimmers as coaches. You can watch all the movies about the ocean and the water, but unless you get in the water, you will never learn how to swim. And it's the same thing with international business. So you cannot really fully understand international business or business in general without really having that international experience, that business experience. And so that's what prompted Exculture creation, or the creation of Exculture. So we were looking for ways to give our university students a way to experience in real life what we are telling them in the classroom. So I would be telling my students that, for example, doing business with Ukrainians is different than doing business with, for example, Americans. But unless you work with Ukrainians or Americans or Singaporeans or whatever the nationality, you will not quite comprehend that, because, you know, it's not the same thing. So that was the main reason for creating Exculture. But then another big benefit that we learned over time that Exculture provides is when you talk to the business owners, when you talk to the managers, when you talk to founders, all of them want to hire people who do have international experience and who have practical business experience. They say people who apply for jobs or for scholarships or for investment, they often look the same. So all of them went to college or to school, all of them got good grades, all of them attended classes, all of them basically have the academic experience, but hardly anyone has actual practical experience. And so Exculture students, they can brag that they actually do have real international business collaboration experience. And by the way, that's very different from being a tourist in a different country. You can travel, for example, to the Netherlands or Switzerland or Belgium, try their chocolate or whatever else, you know, beer and other wonderful things. You can admire the architecture. You can look at all those bicycles, for example. But unless you try to do sort of business with them, to work with them on the same team, you will not fully comprehend how they basically, you know, work. For example, you know, you go to some of these countries and people are extremely nice, but I mean, are they like that in the real business world? Or vice versa, they may be very sort of strict and maybe sometimes even grumpy. But again, that's, you know, when you are a tourist. Is it the same when you actually work with them? And so Exculture offers you a little bit something that tourism cannot offer. So you will be working for a couple of months in a team, communicating regularly, depending on each other, like regularly, negotiating, jointly discussing, arguing, you know, making decisions together. And that's a whole different kind of experience. And so here you will learn for real what it is like to work with people from different countries. And then obviously, so we have different sort of tracks within Exculture. So originally it was designed for university students, and we had mainly MBA students and business students. But then soon enough, we started getting requests from friends of our students who are not students to join Exculture. And then from professors who were asking if their children can enroll in the project. And so for a long time, we would say no, because it's for the university students. But then we thought, hey, maybe we should give it a try. And so we allowed adults, non-students, whom we call professionals or a professional track. And then we also experimented with teenagers, and both worked very well. So teenagers especially, it was very educational for them, because not only they learned the cross-cultural collaboration challenges, the business side of the project, but many of them had to be taught some basic things such as, how to use emails. And for X-Culture, you would need to communicate a little bit longer, send longer messages than what you normally send in your WhatsApp or Snapchat group. So here you have to discuss complicated matters. And so my kids, for example, when they participated, they had a hard time writing sort of longer, more sort of elaborate texts. Scheduling meetings across time zones. Again, they never thought about it. Here, you kind of have to realize that people in your team are in different countries. And sometimes for someone in Singapore, for example, your 9 p.m. is their 9 a.m. And so what time do you find for the meeting? So those are kind of interesting things here. And so we also noticed that especially teenagers often talk much or a lot about non-work related things. So kids, become friends, and they talk about school and music and sports and movies and whatnot. And so again, we welcome that. That's wonderful. So we want you not only to get the business side of it, but maybe interpersonal connections too. Maybe you will become friends. Maybe you will start a business together. Maybe you will be traveling to that country and you will meet up for a coffee. Why not? So we've had good friendships developed through this program. And then also, many of our students started coming with us to the Academy of International Business conference that we as professors go every year. And at some point, we thought, well, there are so many of them, so we might as well organize sort of a separate track within the Academy conference, which we have been doing things for 10 years now. 2013 was the first one. So now for the Academy of International Business conference, we bring a group of students, and the last meeting was in Panama City in Florida 3 months ago. So we had about 50 students there. But then so many students wanted to come to these conferences that we decided to organize a whole separate event, the X-Culture Symposium, which we have been organizing in the summer since 2017, I believe was the first one. And so again, we had one in Italy, one in Canada, in Miami. The next one will be in Poland, in Lublin in Poland. And so for that one, we bring a much larger group of people. So we aim at about 150 to 200 students, plus a bunch of professors and coaches. And so that's like a week-long event where we meet with the city mayor, with the local entrepreneurs, visit companies, have all kinds of career development workshops, all kinds of fun things, and a lot of fun things too, like sightseeing, games, and things like that. And so again, I hope that many of you will be attending the symposium this summer in Lublin in July 2023. So anyway, a lot of exciting things developing here. So I'll turn the microphone back to Raphael to talk more about X-Culture's sort of, fun things and, getting to know each other. But then if we have a few minutes at the end of the session, I'll tell you what the specific next steps are for you in terms of how the whole program goes. And so, Raphael, back to you. And sorry if I took more time than needed. Always get excited and cannot stop on time.
No problem, no problem. So next, we will have an icebreaker. This one will be held by our coaching team. So can you guys please come up?
Okay, for the icebreaker, our first question is 9 a.m. too early or too late to wake up? You can answer it in the chat, and I guess we will be looking at your answers.
Nagi said late, but not too late. Too early, Mariana said. Too late. Leon.
Raphael, what time do you wake up?
Usually at 8 a.m.
Okay, that's okay. How about you, Leon? What's your hour?
In summer, it's like 6 a.m. But if it's winter, then like 7, 7:30.
We had a webinar once with a few professors who wake up at 4 a.m. So that's, there is this whole movement of waking up before everybody else. No, and we had two X-Culture professors who wake up, one like at 4 and the other one usually at 5. And so they, they talked about the philosophy and how they are done with their business day by noon when everybody is only kind of, drinking coffee. So, but it seems like most of the people here are more like me, like 9 a.m. is too early. I'm with you, Juan. So definitely.
Yes, at 4 a.m. I cannot think, probably cannot work as well.
Well, Beatrix usually goes to sleep at that time. So sorry, I'm calling you out there, but
No. I was already like laughing here silently. So yes, I do function quite well at 4 a.m. But yeah, afterwards 9 a.m. Waking up at 9 a.m. is too early.
So 4 a.m. That's you are still working or you are already working?
Still,
yeah. So that yeah. Sometimes I can still work till 4 a.m. But to wake up and start so early, no way.
Yeah, me too.
I guess we should move on to our next question then. What was your most unrealistic dream for the future when you were a child? It's an interesting question.
So you mean something that we dreamt of, but now realize it's not possible?
Yeah, somewhat like that, yeah.
I actually have a story a bit funny, but I live in Belgium, as I said, and we have a monarchy here. So we have a king and a queen, etc. And when I was a little girl, I thought that there was some camera in my house looking if I was behaving like a princess, and if I did, like they would choose me to be the next princess. But yeah, it was actually not true. And when I realized this, I was a bit sad.
So you kept your room super tight and,
Yeah, I brushed my teeth during 1 minute every night.
I need to tell my daughter that, maybe she'll believe it. Being a superhero, I wanted to meet my favorite cartoon character. Natalia wanted to be an astronaut. Sophia wanted to be a singer. Why not realistic, Sophia? I mean, I sing all the time. People don't like it, but I'm definitely a singer.
Flying, yeah, that's kind of hard.
Mateo wanted to join the military college. And Daniel wanted to become a professional soccer player. Ekram wanted to be a pianist. Again, I guess it's quite realistic. Ben wanted to learn how to fly. Well, if you mean in an airplane, yeah, not too late, but yeah.
You guys are all young. You can achieve that dream.
Maxim wanted to learn to make a machine that allows him to watch other people's memories. Actually, that Neuralink thing that Elon Musk does, it kind of, allows you, first step towards your dream. So you never know. Don't give up on it.
What's next question?
The next question is, what's something that's on your bucket list?
Oh.
You may need to explain what a bucket list is. Maybe people.
Yes. A bucket list is sort of a comprehensive list of things you would want to do before you die, for example.
The bucket.
Yep.
Yeah, so the expression kick the bucket means, before you die. So although again, given that people here are all teenagers or in their 20s, I'm not sure if, for you, it's time to think about the bucket list.
Yeah.
More like things I want to do before I grow up or before I settle down.
Yep.
Going to Iceland. Oh, but there's Eva and also Summit that would like to go to Iceland. Continue to travel the world.
People said going to Japan. Rafael is going to Japan this year to study. So
yeah, I hope so. Travel around the world, knowing new people and cultures.
Run a dog shelter. That's a noble dream. Swim with dolphins or sharks. You better decide which one, because those are very different kinds of companions for swimming.
Okay. That's
Tom
good.
wants to go to Paris, and Ben wants to go to Costa Rica.
Okay, thank you for participating. Let's move on. Okay, thank you, Jose. So now I will just briefly talk about the coaching program. So coaches are students that are former students of X-Culture that did go through all the tests that you are going to take this semester. Okay, so they have more experience on what you will do throughout the semester, so you are able to talk to them to understand your issues, and they will help you to solve your problems, okay? So now I will just introduce our team. Maybe Leon can talk a little bit.
Yes. Hey everyone. So my name is Leon. I am 19 years old and I am from South Africa. I first joined X Culture back in 2019 as a student, and now I'm currently the X Culture coaching coordinator. And I'm honestly so excited for you to all start your journey. You'll learn so much, and I hope you take it with both hands because you'll learn so much.
Stage is here? No, Emily?
No.
Okay,
No,
maybe
I don't think so.
Beatrix can talk a little bit about herself.
Hi everyone, I just recently joined the admin team. I'm 21, I'm Hungarian Romanian and currently studying in Netherlands, business and economics, and I hope that everyone will have a wonderful semester. I already had a few, so yes, it's kind of weird being here, and welcome everyone.
We also have Tejas Chakrabarti from India and Emily Hall from the United States, and they will appear in a couple events throughout the semester, so you guys will have time to meet them as well, okay? And here we have our coaching managers. So Eva and Luis, can you please introduce yourselves?
Yes, I can go first. So my name is Eva from GA. I was a lead coach last semester, and I'm now a coaching manager. As I said, I live in Belgium, and I'm 16 years old.
Luisa?
Hi, I'm Luisa. I live in the Netherlands. I'm 20 years old and I study law and society at the VU University in Amsterdam. And I have been with X Culture since I think 2020, and I'm now one of the coaching managers. And I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you. And we also have a couple lead coaches. I think that only Yusei is here, right? Yusei, can you just introduce yourself again?
Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Yusei, and I am 17 years old. Yeah, I'm 17 years old. I'm from Japan, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone here in X Culture. Yep.
Thank you. We also have Ishika. Sorry?
Rafael, sorry. Leon is in the audience. Maybe you can make him a voice or panelist, and then you can speak.
Can you please raise your hand, Leon, so I can get you here? Where is he? Oh, just fine. Okay. We also have Ishika Reddy from India, Lian Hoffman from the United States, Ankit Kauntang from Nepal, and Leon. Are you here, Leon? Where is he? Is he joined as a panelist?
I can see him, but I don't know if he can unmute himself.
Okay. Whenever he can, he can talk. Just moving on. And now we will just talk about the X Culture Academy events that we have throughout this semester. It's all options, so you guys can join if you want, but if you can't, that's not a problem, okay? We have virtual tours, so students and also coaches will talk about their home country and their favorite places. We have cooking classes. People just join and teach us how to cook their favorite dishes. We have the art and music events, a Gincana challenge, training sessions regarding business stuff, guest speakers. We will open a social media platform on Telegram so you guys can talk with each other and much more, okay? We will talk about explore different cultures, traditions, connect you with the whole world and meet new people and have fun, okay? All these events we will explain more during the semester so you guys can understand each one and how you can take the most fun of it. Okay, so now we will have a little game, right?
Yes, right. I'm gonna share my screen then,
Sure.
but I need you to allow me actually.
I think now you can.
No. Wait,
No.
no.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange. From my point, it also shows that it should be able to share the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, one. Host and panelists. Yeah, it should be working.
It's wait. Maybe Luisa, you could try, because it says that I have to ask to the host, the authorization to the host, but
Well, maybe you can make Eva co-host, so that should probably fix it. Can you change her role?
Okay.
It wouldn't allow me to.
Can you try now?
I'm so sorry. I was clicking on the wrong button. I'm sorry.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
all good.
So you have here the code to access to the game. I'm gonna copy paste it in the chat, and you have the link here.
So we go to what, myquiz.com or join myquiz.com?
Oh, you can go on this. Wait, I can copy paste the link.
Yeah, I think we go to join myquiz.com and then enter the 028090, right?
Can you?
Yeah. So that's the whole address, because the spaces sort of make it a little confusing. Yeah, so we type join myquiz.com and then the code.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see Mike is there, Jacek is there, Olena is there. So, okay. Bear joined, so everyone's joining slowly. It's kind of funny, you have this theme with the snow and everything, but we have some people like Raphael, like Leon, like a bunch of people in Southern Hemisphere, or some people close to equator. So, so for them, that's the opposite time of the year.
Yes, and we will have a quiz based on our virtual events, the cooking class and the virtual tour, because throughout the semesters we have learned a lot. And we all have questions based on things that are in either one of the virtual tours or cooking classes. So if you have attended those or watched them on YouTube, I think you should be able to answer it.
Should we start or wait a little bit?
How many students do we have?
In the interest of time, we can go ahead. It seems like most people.
Okay.
People can still join, right?
Yes, there is the code
Okay.
there in the middle. So Louise, do you want to start with the first question, maybe?
Yeah, the first question is, where is Lake Toba located?
We can. So these are the proposition of countries, and you can just like click on your screen.
That's the photo of that lake?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not that big, but it's here.
Definitely not Canada, but I have no idea.
Okay, and the answer was Indonesia.
And that's correct?
Yes, Lake Toba is located in North Sumatra, Indonesia. And it's actually the largest volcanic lake in the world.
Ooh.
It spans over 1,000 kilometers too, and is also very deep at around 450 meters deep.
Whoa, that is deep.
Yeah.
Does someone visit there or not?
Has anyone been to Indonesia in general, and particularly this lake? We should organize the symposium sometimes in Indonesia.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
a wonderful country.
Seems
Well, we'll
beautiful.
have the 2024 will be in Thailand. So not quite Indonesia, but it will be different from our usual Europe or North America.
Okay, let's go to next question. Wait. Okay, so you have here a picture of a kind of desert, and we ask you to find where it is
So
from.
what is it? What's included in that? So I see ice cream and strawberries.
Yeah, it's a lot of sweet things. You have fruits, fruits. Sometimes there were like some biscuits. You also have some kind of
Oh, I know this
yam
one.
jam.
I know this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. My logic was the more stuff mixed up and the less natural the mixture looks, the closer to Asia it is somewhere. Because I noticed that people like in Japan, they have some funny flavors mixed together. So
That's
looks
a
good
good
though.
reasoning.
Yeah, looks good though.
Okay, so we have the. Oh wait, okay. Everyone answered, and it was the Philippines. So it's called halo halo, and actually it means mix. So you were a bit right. Like they mix a lot of things, and they are all sweet things. So yeah, and as I said, it's made with fruit, ice cream, and the purple thing is called yam jam. I don't really know what it is concretely, but you can maybe have a look. And there is also some cream and etc. Okay.
It also was one of the cooking shows that we had back in
Oh, okay.
years
Now
ago.
this one everybody knows, or I hope everybody knows. Although I must say that it was located. So the bull is still there, but the fearless girl has been removed. So she stayed there only for a few months. So that was a temporary installation, and now she's been moved. So now the girl is not there anymore. And it's such a disappointment because the two together were so nice, matched. So I wish that she stayed.
Okay, and do you want to explain some things, Luisa?
Yes, it's in the United States of America, and it's located in New York. And you can see the bull,
on
and
Wall
that's
Street
called
specifically. So like Wall Street, the banking center of at least the United States and possibly the world.
Yeah, so it's a charging bull, and it stands for prosperity and financial opportunism, which of course related to the plate stands. And the girl, I showed a picture with the girl because actually the virtual tour was given by Jennifer, who lived there, and she included the girl as well. And because the girl stood for female empowerment. However, as Fas said, it's not located there anymore, unfortunately.
Thank you.
You know the expression, the bull market and the bear market. So the bull market, that's when the market is sort of, stock prices are going up. And so that bull sort of represents the bull market. So when everything is going good. So.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and the bear market is kind of what we have now. So sort of, going a little down, at least in the United States.
Thank you. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so you have here a dish. I know we don't see the picture pretty well, but basically you have some kind of crackers. I will explain it later, but you have some crackers, yogurt, and yeah.
And yogurt, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know who likes yogurt. Yeah, okay, so I got it right.
Okay, so the right answer was India. It's called a dahi babdi shat. I don't know if I pronounce it well, but it's something similar to this. And it's a famous street food dish made with some crackers called crispy babdi. There is also some yogurt, some sev, and a variety of nut cheese. And yeah, so that India was the right answer.
Yep, very nice. Has anyone tried this dish?
Never, but it looks good.
It looks good, yeah.
So the next question. Yes, and you can see a picture. So where could you find them?
You have some, there is this geolocation gaming where, you know this game, right? So the chart shows you some random view of the street and you need to guess where you are. So here, in addition to the buses, there are a lot of clues in the picture what country that might be.
We actually have a kind of activity like this, the GeoGuessr activity.
Yeah, I think it's called geo-dropping or something. And so they have competitions, and some of the best players, they can guess the location, like literal location up to like a few hundred kilometers, like within fractions of a second. So they can guess locations like, 15, 1 minute. So they're really, really fast. So yeah, but here in this picture, there were quite a few clues that it's Kenya and not other countries.
Yes. So these buses are called Matatu buses, and you can find them, as said, in Kenya. And they are privately owned, and the owners let them be decorated, and often it's like for a famous person or a team. And this was shared by Lisa, one of our coaches from Kenya.
Does it have anything to do with Hakuna Matata from The Lion King? So I think like it means like don't worry, and I wonder if this thing stands for like worry-free travel, or it just sounds similar.
I don't think it has anything to do with The Lion King.
Well, in The Lion King, there was the song, and the song had a phrase, don't worry, in it. And it sounds very similar here. So maybe like worry-free travel or something. So, or maybe just a similar word.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have the last question, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you have this small dessert here, and you just have to find where it is
from. Clearly the European origin, but I mean, totally could be in Australia or any of those other countries.
Okay, let's see the answer.
I got it right, but what's the correct answer?
It was Czech Republic, and these small pastries are called kolaches. Yeah, and they're like there is a fluffy dough similar to brioche, and inside you have jam or poppy seeds. And on the top, you usually have something more, a scramble or something, but here they put some jam. And actually, as I said, the name is kolaches, and it's from a Slovenic word, kolo, which actually means circle wheel, which is why they are like this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the ranking. I think there is a ranking at the end.
Mike must be the winner, so it seems like he was the first one every time.
Yes. I thought it was Mike.
Oh.
So do we have the winner?
I don't know.
I saw it was Mike at the last question. So it's Mike, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Mike, where are you located? Can you put in the comments your location so at least we know who the winner is? So Switzerland. Okay. Okay, very nice.
Okay. There is the ranking.
So it is Mike,
That's
right?
Mike.
So, and then we
Yes.
have
Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi and Leon.
Leon.
Oh, Leon. So she's a secret
Yeah.
third placeholder. So, okay, very nice, guys.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. So right now we will have the Escute orientation done by Dr. Vaz. He will talk about the next steps that's going to take whenever we
Yes.
start the program.
So it's my turn now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so briefly then, as I said, we have two main tracks. We have the university track and we have the academy track. And so just so you know how the two pieces fit together, so the university students have also two time tracks, so to speak. So one group with about 2,000 students, a little bit more than 2,000 university students, they will be starting on Monday, so day after tomorrow. And then a larger group of about 4,000 will be starting in March. And so because they are at universities in international business courses, they need minimal preparation because most of them have taken already all kinds of business courses. They have a professor who helps them. So they basically just enroll, take an exam. So they have a big exam. And then once they pass the test, we place them on teams. Now with you guys, with the academy track, it's a little different. So many of you do have experience in business or international relations, but most of you don't. And so we have the process that is a little different for the academy students, for the non-university students. So with you, you first will have 4 weeks of preparation. And so starting next week, right, Rafael? So starting this Monday.
Yes.
You will have a series of training modules and a series of exams. And so there will be a total of 4 training modules or 4 blocks, I guess. So on the first week, you will be asked to read some documents and watch some short videos that will explain to you the process of the project itself. So it will talk about how XCulture sort of came about and how it works, where you find the deadlines, how you communicate with your team members, leadership in the team, things like that. So that's to make sure that you understand sort of how the project works. Then the next week, we will be looking at the human side of working in global virtual teams. So you'll have a series of training materials on conflicts in the team, communication in the team, known challenges of working in global virtual teams. So basically everything that we have discovered based on our own research, what are the common problems the team members experience and what our research shows are the best strategies to deal with those things. And so that's again to make sure that you know how to cooperate with your team members and be an effective team. Then the week after, you will have some training on online collaboration tools, kind of the technical side. And by the way, Leon and Rafael, thank you so much. So they prepared that training module a long time ago. So by now, I assume all of you know how to use Zoom. You are obviously in Zoom now, so you know what this tool is. But there are many other useful tools for online collaboration. From Doodle that helps you schedule meetings, especially when you're in different time zones, to Google Translate in case you need to translate some words, all the way to things like Slack, like Dropbox, Google Docs, and other many tools that allow you to co-edit documents, manage the project, and do whatever else global virtual team members need to do together. Finally, the last week will cover some of the basics of international business. So you will be serving as consultants, essentially. So there will be real clients that need your help, real companies that came to us for help. And so most of the challenges that they, or most of the questions they need your help with, deal with international business. So they will want your help with international marketing, international human resource management, international logistics, international trade. And so we prepared a little bit sort of like a crash course on some of the basics of international business, which normally takes about a semester to deliver. So it's like, a bunch of lectures and exams, at least in my course. But here we tried to cover some of the most basic things that you would need to know to effectively answer those questions for your clients. And so there will be 4 exams at the end of each week. And as long as you pass them, as long as you score 80 or above on each of the tests, you will be placed on the team on March the 6th, if I remember correctly. Now, between us, the test is sort of manifold. So the obvious, and that's what most people think about. So the obvious test is, or result is your actual result on the test, right? So we want to know if you can answer those questions correctly. And that tells us if you can comprehend the material, if you're fluent enough in English to understand it, to answer the questions. So basically like an academic test. But I'll tell you openly and, transparently that the real test is the test of your commitment, interest, self-discipline. So most people who try to take the tests or, honestly prepare for them and then take the test, they do get the necessary score. The tests are not so difficult, to be honest. But people who do not pass are usually the people who do not attempt. And so sadly, or I guess maybe naturally, we have some students who go through the, gruesome process of applying for Xculture, filling out a loan application, attending the webinar now, and being excited, oh, I really want to learn something new. I want to meet people around the world. I want to get this business experience. But then when the time actually comes to do things, they don't. So some are simply irresponsible or maybe not motivated enough, or maybe lazy, who knows. Others may get busy at school, or maybe, have some, romantic relationships with a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and that takes all the time, or maybe broke up with a boyfriend, girlfriend, who knows, or maybe just have, want to reach level 87 in the video game that they're playing. And so all those things sway their attention away from the project. And so even though they're very interested, but they never sort of find the time to do the preparation and actually take the test. And so it seems to me that most of the people who fail are not because they're not smart enough, but because they just never put in the necessary effort. Now, the Xculture project, as you know, it's a team-based project, right? So you not only have to solve the problems for the clients, the business problems, but you have to do it in a team. And so this team component, that's sort of the core value proposition of the project. And so if we were, for example, I don't know, offering you a course or a book in international collaboration, we wouldn't really care if you read that book or not, if you show up for the lectures or not. I mean, as long as you signed up and you pay the fee, I guess, sure, yeah, go ahead and participate. But Xculture is a team-based project. And so if somebody signs up but does not participate, it's a problem for us because there is a whole team that depends on you. So there are like 7 people on the team. And if one of the team members is not participating, that means that the other 6 team members are not happy. And if they're not happy, we are not happy. And so for us, the selection process very much involves sort of testing your ability to sustain a high level of performance week after week after week. And so if you do all 4 tests and you do them on time, even if one of the test scores maybe is a little bit below the threshold, but we see that you're interested and you're dedicated and you can sustain that level of performance, we will probably bump you up and say, okay, well, maybe the person had some difficulties understanding a particular topic, but look at the commitment, look at the, the work ethics. Very good. And vice versa. You can get, like a perfect 100 on every, 3 tests, but then miss the one. And then we will send you a reminder. And if you never take it, so all of a sudden my question will be, well, Johnny is very smart for sure. So Johnny is very technically proficient, speaks English perfectly, everything is fine. But if he doesn't care enough to complete all of the tests, I mean, what are the chances he may not, show up for the team meetings? Or what if he just will not do his part of the work? And so that's where we get really, really nervous. So for us, it's equally important and perhaps even more important that you actually do the tests on time than the actual scores you get on the test. And so again, Raphael will be very generous here. So if you don't get the necessary score the first time, he will give you the second chance. And as long as you, honestly attempt and actually pass it on the second try, we will still be happy. So it is when you never show up, that's when we get nervous, because again, then we think, well, if he didn't do well here, will he do well with his team? So the selection process involves all of those components, and we will be watching not only your scores, the numbers, but also whether or not you are participating. So, but that's the process. So sometime on probably Monday or before Monday, you will receive an email that will say, here is a link to your first module. Watch these videos, read these short written training modules, and then click on this link and take the test. And so you will have a week to complete the test until Sunday. Then again, our wonderful Raphael will download the data probably on Monday, look at the results, and then send you another email saying that congratulations, you passed test 1, you got a perfect 100, or maybe you got 82 or whatever your score is. Good job. Here is the link to the next week's materials and the test. And then it repeats itself 4 times. And then as long as you pass all 4 tests, you advance to the practical phase. And so we'll have a little break there in between, but at that point, you will receive on March the 6th, if I remember correctly, your team assignment. And so there will be 4, there will be whatever number of names, probably 6 or 7 names on your team. And it will say, congratulations, this is your team. Here are the emails, contact your team members as soon as you can, introduce yourself, and then good luck. Go ahead and complete the project. And so you'll first connect via email, but then probably at some point you'll decide to use other tools, maybe Zoom meetings for video, or maybe Skype, or maybe you'll create a group in WhatsApp or Facebook groups or whatever you prefer for communication. And at that point, by the way, you also will be moved. So until then, you will have a separate resource page for the academy students, so for the teenagers. But then once you are placed on the team, you will be using the same resources that the university students are using. So from that point on, we basically will treat you as a university student. So in my system, I will be communicating from that point on more with you than Raphael, although he will still be overseeing your cohort. But from my point of view, so from my team's point of view, you will be just a university student to us, even though you're a little younger, but you will be getting the same correspondence, the same webinars, the same assignments, same weekly progress surveys. So everything will be exactly the same for you as well. And so you will go to the university resource page. You will see the list of clients on that page. You will select as a team one of those clients. So we have several companies this time. So some of them make clothing, some are food related, some offer financial services, some offer IT services. So you'll have a variety of industries to choose from. And then, so once you, in fact, I can even show you briefly here. So you will see the list of challenges, as we call them, or company briefs. And so on that page, you will see the description of the company. You will see the list of questions where they need help. And you will see, so this is the resource page for the university. So you'll have the schedule, obviously, but you'll have, these are the companies that participated last semester. So we had, for example, a company from Brazil that makes adhesive tapes, like duct tapes. We have a company from Ukraine that makes clothing. We had a company from Finland / Kosovo that is a network of private schools, and so on and so on. Nova Brink from Brazil that makes toys. I'll open this one as an example, for example. So here you will see, and there will be a brief like this for each company. So you'll see information about the company, some photos of how they make those toys, some of the toys that they make, some company history and things like that, and some, advertisement. But then they ask for your help with market and competition analysis. So who else makes toys? What are the strengths and weaknesses of Nova Brink compared to the other competitions or competitors? They wanted your help with marketing. So can you come up with some creative ideas to advertise those toys? Where would you advertise? TV, magazines, social media, things like that. And then they needed your... Yes,
all these things you guys are going to learn a little bit about.
Yes, you will receive some.
Yeah, so
yeah, exactly. You'll receive some training. Yeah, exactly. So, but yes, each company is asking for a slightly different type of help, but most of them will ask for some creative ideas, for some research, and we will have webinars for those companies in the beginning. So you will be able to meet the company founders or managers, ask questions, and so learn more about the companies and then select one. And then so in this brief, you will see the schedule. So you'll know what needs to be done every week. So first you just get to meet each other. Then you have to select one client from the list. And then each week you will develop a little sort of draft of each of the report sections. Then finally you submit the final complete draft. And so it will be like a trial submission. So for us, the professors, to see how far you've gone, how far you have, how much you have completed so far. But also, as you will be submitting the draft, it will be tested for plagiarism. And so you as a team will be able to see if anyone from your team maybe copied and pasted some stuff off the internet. And if so, well, most of you will not have any plagiarized components in the report. But if there will be some paragraphs or even pages plagiarized, you'll know about it, and you'll have a few days to fix it before the final submission. And then finally, you will submit the final draft. And that basically concludes the project, other than you will also be required to record a video presentation as a team. And so those will be shown to the clients. And then, so since we have so many teams, we cannot show all of them live to the clients because we have like 1,000 teams total. And so if we wanted to show all of the presentations, it will take forever, but we will select the best ones, and then those teams will present live to the clients in the final sort of presentation round. And then when everything is done, you will receive your recommendation letters, performance reviews, and certificates. Keep copies of those because they tend to differentiate you from your competition when you apply to universities, maybe for jobs, maybe for grants, stipends, whatever you will be applying for. But yeah, that's basically the process. Rafael, back to you.
Yeah, just wait a minute. Thank you, Vaz. Just to give you guys a little bit of visualization on what you're going to receive next week on Monday, okay? The first email regarding the training materials. Let me just share my screen quickly. So you guys will receive an email similar to that, okay? Week 1 training materials and test 1 4 in your name with it. And here you will find the link to our resource page. So you will find all the training materials here and also the links for you to take the test. You need to submit the test by Sunday, as was said. By 11.
To Philip's question, so not Saturday, Sunday, midnight, New York time is always the deadline.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so if you guys start the test on Monday, you guys can take your time and just submit by Sunday, but make sure to submit by that time, okay? And just to show you a little bit about our resource page and how you can find all the training materials. Here is the resource page, Academy resource page. So you'll find all the dates for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and also for the practical phase, okay? And whenever you start to take the exams, you can find the training materials here. You can just click and read or watch the videos, okay?
Everything's directly from the page. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. If you guys have any questions, unfortunately, we won't have time today, but we will have a next session next Saturday for Q&A session, okay? So if you guys have any questions, feel free to join us or send me an email on academy@x-org.com. Wait a minute. Okay, so thank you guys for joining, and
thank you, everyone.
Welcome to X-Culture, and I hope you guys have a great theoretical phase. And it will
thank you, everyone, for joining us here. Thank you, the coaches and the administrators, for organizing this wonderful information session.
Thank you very much. See you next weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.